Here's my plan with Jasmy moving forward, even though nothing I say is financial advice. First of all, it's going to stay the course. What do I mean by that? This whole time, I've been dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting, and that's about it. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Because when I take a look at Jasmy, I understand the pullback. I understand that a lot of the hype kind of disappeared. However, I also saw that Jasmy was able to have a pretty good rally, in a sense, and that was without really a fully fledged type of altcoin season. So what could Jasmy do? Let's say during a fully fledged type of altcoin season. That's what I'm excited about. Even though there's no guarantees, what I do like about Jasmy right now is that the fundamentals seem to be heading in the right direction, because throughout this whole time, we already know that Jasmy is focused on decentralizing data storage. We already know that many of its team members are people who used to work at places like Sony, for instance. And also, we know that Jasmy is allegedly the first ever legally compliant cryptocurrency in the country of Japan. I feel like all this stuff is kind of common knowledge. However, at the same time, we have to consider Janction, and I think this could maybe be a pretty big catalyst for Jasmy moving forward. We take a look at, for instance, Janction is an incubation project under Jasmy. It's a layer 2 for decentralized AI, and it's allowing for users to share their GPU, or should I say graphic processing unit, resources, right, for rendering AI tasks. And I think that's pretty awesome, especially when I consider how the AI market is expected to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. So fundamentally, I feel like Jasmy is heading in the right direction. I don't think it's heading in a bad direction by any means. And again, I feel like fundamentally now, there's more for me to kind of latch onto as opposed to before. I'm a bigger fan of Jasmy right now, arguably, even though the price is lower. And I think that during that next leg up, if we do ever see it, man, I really can't wait, because now I feel like there's more to latch on to. I feel like the reputation of Jasmy in terms of its fundamentals got better, not in terms of the price, but again, in terms of the fundamentals. So if Jasmy was able to do that before, I'm excited to see what it could maybe do if we see that next leg up, which is why I'm still continuing to dollar cost average, hold, and just quite essentially waiting. And let's say Jasmy were to go to the price of 25 cents. Considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $12.5 billion, which is around a 14x from here. That market cap, we've seen Dogecoin exceed by over 70 billion back in 2021. So I don't think it's too ridiculous. And also on top of that, we take a look at around a 14x. I get it. Some people may think, oh, it's not that good in all this, arguably. But then at the same time, I mean, what is Ethereum going to do in the next 6 months? Let's say it goes to 10 grand, that's still less than a 3x from here. Also, Bitcoin going to 300 grand, that's less than a 3x from here as well. So I'm not saying that Jasmy is going to be more popular or something like that. However, I have to consider kind of the hypothetical upside maybe. Now, granted, I'm not into microcaps, but then I'm not into some random dinosaur with a very big market cap either. And I think Jasmy does fit the category that I'm looking for. Kind of medium size in the grand scheme of things. And I like its positioning because the exchange listings are pretty good. The community, I think, is amazing, very passionate. It may not have the large community that some of the other larger projects out there may have, but I do like the passion. I like the drive, which is why I'm still staying patient. And whenever that next leg up does decide to happen, I want to be prepared. But again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, holding and just waiting, and that's about it. Historically, though, altcoins usually, as a worst-case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event, and the last Bitcoin halving event happened in April of last year, so 18 months on top of that would actually mean around October this year. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be, the case this time around, but let's say it happens in December, or let's say in Q1 of next year. It's whatever, because I've been holding Jasmy for quite a long time anyways. Take a look at my videos back in 2023, for instance, right? And also on top of that, to me, if I have to wait a little longer, whatever, I'll just stay patient. But whenever it does, I just want to be prepared by just holding and just waiting. And that's about it. No matter what price chart I pull, no matter what random falling wedge pattern or triangle I draw on the price chart, the market's not going to listen to that. It's not going to pay attention. So I just want to stay patient and just holding. And that's pretty much about it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.